Hello dear students, I am Dr. Nidhi Mishra, Assistant Professor English, Govind Sarang Government Law College, Bhatapara. And topic of today's lecture is translation practice from English to Hindi and Hindi to English. Before we proceed, we should understand few basic rules of the translation. First is that while translating the entire passage, either English to Hindi or Hindi to English, we have to maintain the main theme of the passage. That means that we should not change the main theme or the idea of the passage given in either of the language. Either it is in Hindi or either it is in English. Second thing, please keep it easy and simple. Don't try to use very bombastic words and very high flowing language, otherwise it is a very high probability that it will be difficult to translate correctly. And next rule is that we should use correct tense, grammar and active passive sentences. And next rule is always use correct punctuations. If correct punctuations are not used, then what will happen is that the sentences where they will start, where they will end and where they will be subdividing, it will not be known to the reader. So while translating, we have to maintain at least these 4-5 basic rules. Now we should proceed to the passages. Now let's see first passage. It is translation from English to Hindi. Now let's read the passage. Restlessness among the students of colleges and universities, culminating in indiscipline, has stemmed from their deep-rooted feeling that their views and aspirations are ignored by their elders, that is politicians and administrators, teachers and educationists. The situation has been aggravated by a sense of insecurity among them. It is high time that sincere efforts be made and concrete steps taken to analyze and solve their genuine problems. So first of all, let us find the main theme. The main theme of the passage is about the students of colleges and universities. And let us look at the first word, restlessness. Restlessness among students of college and university. This is the main theme of this passage. So the translation in Hindi should be according to this main theme. Now let us find some important words that should be translated in correct manner. First of all is restlessness. Restlessness means asantosh. Then indiscipline. Indiscipline means anushasan hinta. Then look at the sentence, views and aspirations. Aspiration here means akansha, are ignored by their elders, that is politicians, administrator, teacher and educationist. Politician means यहाँ राजनीतिज्ञ. Administrator here we will convert into प्रशासक. Teacher is अध्यापक and educationist here is शिक्षाविद. Now I think we have got all the main words, and now we know the main theme of the passage. And now let's begin the translation. Now let's see the translation. विद्यालयों व विश्वविद्यालयों के छात्रों के असंतोष. Always remember here, असंतोष is restlessness. The first word. असंतोष से उत्पन्न अनुशासनहीनता का कारण उनकी यह दृढ़ भावना है कि उनके वयोवृद्ध राजनीतिज्ञ और प्रशासक, अध्यापक और शिक्षाविद उनके विचारों और आकांक्षाओं की उपेक्षा करते हैं. इग्नोर्ड इज हियर उपेक्षा. उनकी असुरक्षा की भावना ने स्थिति को और अधिक गंभीर बना दिया है। अब सही समय आ गया है कि उनकी वास्तविक समस्याओं का विश्लेषण व निराकरण करने के लिए सच्चे व प्रयत्न किए जाएं व ठोस कदम उठाए जाएं। सो लास्ट लाइन, इट इज़ हाई टाइम। सो हियर इन हिंदी वी विल ट्रांसलेट सही समय, ये सही समय आ गया है। दैट सिंसियर एफर्ट्स बी मेड, दैट मीन्स वास्तविक समस्याओं, बी मेड एंड कॉन्क्रीट स्टेप्स टेकन टू एनालाइज, एनालाइज हियर इज विश्लेषण, एंड सॉल्व इज हियर निराकरण, देयर जेन्युइन प्रॉब्लम्स, हियर इट इज निराकरण करने के लिए सच्चे प्रयत्न, जेन्युइन प्रॉब्लम इज हियर सच्चे प्रयत्न के लिए ठोस कदम उठाए जाए। So here, so it completes the translation from English to Hindi, and I hope that you have got the gist of this translation. Now moving on to another type of translation, that is Hindi to English. Now let's see the passage. हमारे देश के सामने एक बहुत बड़ी समस्या संकीर्ण धार्मिक और भाषा संबंधी मतभेदों को दूर करने के लिए एक राष्ट्रीय दृष्टि के विकास की है। इस कार्य में विश्वविद्यालय निर्णायक भाग ले सकते हैं। ओके, सो हियर वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द अगेन अबाउट यूनिवर्सिटी, व्हाट यूनिवर्सिटीज कैन डू टू इरेडिकेट द प्रॉब्लम regarding national outlook that is existing. So let us see now the translation. One of the most pressing problem, एक बहुत बड़ी समस्या, here it is most pressing problem facing our country is the development of a national outlook overriding parochial. Please see संकीर्ण, here it is translated as parochial. संकीर्ण धार्मिक, पैरोकियल कॉमा रिलीजियस, भाषा संबंधी इज लिंग्विस्टिक, लिंग्विस्टिक कंसिडरेशन, संबंधी मतभेदों को दूर करने के लिए एक राष्ट्रीय दृष्टि के विकास की है। राष्ट्रीय दृष्टि इज हियर नेशनल आउटलुक। इन दिस टास्क द यूनिवर्सिटीज कैन एंड शुड प्ले अ डिसाइसिव पार्ट। विश्वविद्यालय इज यूनिवर्सिटी and nirnayak is here decisive, bhag is part. Thus in this task the universities can and should play a decisive part. Okay, so I hope you have got the idea how to convert from Hindi to English. You must remember that while converting to Hindi to English you should put correct tense and active passive sentences, and you should take special care of the grammar, then only the passage will be correct, otherwise it will be very difficult to get the correct idea. Okay, next, now it is from English to Hindi. Autonomy in academic matters, sorry here it is spelling mistake, it is matters not mats, r is missing, matters does not mean that universities should be oblivious of special need. In fact, universities are set up for the satisfaction of certain felt needs of society, and they have to be fully sensitive and responsive to them. Again, this passage is about university, how the university should play a role in societal needs, and how it should be sensitive and responsive to the needs of the not only academic matters but of the society. So let us look at the important words. Autonomy. Autonomy here means स्वायत्ता. Academic matters means here विश्वविद्यालय विशिष्ट आवश्यकता, special needs आवश्यकता. Then स्थापना, set up. Then समाज is society, and sensitive and responsive is सजग. Okay, now let's see the translation. शिक्षा में स्वायत्तता का अर्थ यह नहीं है कि विश्वविद्यालय विशिष्ट आवश्यकताओं के प्रति ध्यान ही न दे। वस्तुतः विश्वविद्यालयों की स्थापना समाज की कुछ आवश्यकताओं को पूरी करने के लिए हुई है और इन्हें इन आवश्यकताओं को पूरा करने के लिए सजग रहना चाहिए। Okay, this completes the translation. Now let us look at another translation. In Nagarjunakonda, it is name of the place in Andhra Pradesh. In Nagarjunakonda and other Andhra Buddhist sites, the brick-built Chaitya temples are associated with viharas or monasteries, where they are often found as apsidal structures on either side of the passage behind the main vihara entrance, or are found in pairs in front of the major stupas or mahachaityas, which were themselves open or hypaethereal temples facing each other. Okay, first of all, here it is telling about a place called Nagarjunakonda and other Andhra Buddhist sites, and it is telling about the architecture of the Chaitya temples, the viharas and the monasteries. This passage is little bit tough, but we will see that how it has been translated step by step. So first of all, we have to chalk out the main words which are of difficult meanings. So viharas and monasteries, these are called विहार अथवा मठ. मोनेस्ट्रीज आर मठ. एंड देन एप्सिडल स्ट्रक्चर्स, दालान के दोनों ओर, विहार के प्रवेश द्वार, मेन विहारा एंट्रेंस इज प्रवेश द्वार. देन आइदर साइड ऑफ द पैसेज, आइदर साइड मीन्स राइट और द लेफ्ट. So in Hindi it will become agal bagal. Found in pairs in front of the major stupas or mahachaityas, which were themselves open or hypaethereal temples. Open or hypaethereal, this is a word hypaethereal in English है ना, but the main thing is open, means बिना छत वाले. So in Hindi we will say ये चैत्य बहुधा बिना छत वाले थे. महा मीन्स बहुत सारे. फेसिंग ईच अदर, दैट मीन्स सामने आमने बने होते थे. ओके, नाउ लेट्स सी द ट्रांसलेशन. आंध्र प्रदेश के नागार्जुनकोंडा तथा दूसरे बौद्ध स्थलों पर ईंटों के बने चैत्य मंदिर विहार अथवा मठ से ही संबंध रहे हैं. यह अधिकतर विहार के प्रवेश द्वार से लगे दालान के दोनों ओर, पैसेज इज हियर दालान, दालान के दोनों ओर अथवा मुख्य स्तूप और महाचैत्य के अगल बगल बने मिलते हैं. ये चैत्य बहुधा बिना छत वाले थे, दैट इज ओपन, देमसेल्व्स ओपन. इनमें से एक में स्तूप होता था तथा उसे स्तूप चैत्य कहते थे. ओके, so this completes the translation. And as we say, practice makes man perfect. Unless until you practice more passages every day, it is imperative for the students that you practice at least one translation passage, either from Hindi to English or English to Hindi. You can take it as alternative days. Please do translation from Hindi to English one day, and next day you can take over English to Hindi translations like this. And as you practice more and more, then only you will get the grip of how to write correct translation passages. Otherwise it will become very difficult. So it is highly imperative for the students to practice more and more as they can for the translation passages. Thank you.